everybody, what's up? I'm not going to introduce myself because you'll get that here soon if you already know me. Welcome. I hope you guys enjoy. Um, when we started recording, we realized that we were just throwing out terms and names and things and weren't giving an explanation as to what it is just because it's so normal to us and the conversation was so genuine. So I wanted to make a video to put in the beginning to explain what sickle cell is. It's a genetic blood disorder that causes pain throughout the body. So you are born with it. Your parents have to have the sickle cell trait. So, for instance, my mother and father have the trait. Therefore, I ended up with the full-blooded disease. Um, so basically, what happens is your blood cells are. Everybody has like the normal circle blood cells that are soft and squishy that carry oxygen throughout the body. Well, we have those, and we have crescent moon shaped blood cells. And those ones get hard and sticky, and they basically clump together. It's not necessarily a blood clot, but they clump together, and the ones that are circle that carry the oxygen can't get through, which then causes a pain crisis, which is one of the complications of sickle cell. Um, so like I said, just wanted to kind of give that general basis of that. Once we get more into episodes, you'll most definitely get more information as to what it is. You'll also hear about other diagnoses as well. There is a large group of us. It's about 14 of us, and we have some people that'll kind of just circle through, depending on the episode and the topic. So we have some people that have cancer, are in remission from cancer, have hemophilia, sickle cell, so you'll get educated a lot about a lot of things across the board. And I'm just very excited for you guys to get to hear the conversation, the genuine conversation that comes from my friends and I. We've known each other for going on 13 years, which is crazy, seeing that we're only like 22, 23, 24, 25 years old. Um, but we wanted to finally make a podcast, share our stories, and be able to be a voice for those that may not have found theirs yet, and or be a place for people that don't have a friend group like us. They can watch us and feel like they're being heard, or we may share the same things. So like I said, just wanted to come on here, give you all that brief introduction, and I really really hope you guys enjoy it because we got some interesting stuff that we're going to talk about. We'll talk about the camp that we went to as kids. We'll talk about what it's like growing up with a disability. We'll talk about what it's like being 20 somethings trying to figure out how to live with a disability. We're going to try to cover everything. If you have any topics or any questions, comments, you can email us at the medical mafia 513 at gmail. And the T is capitalized. So the medical mafia 513 at gmail. Like I said, you can email us there with any comments, questions, concerns, along with wonderful topics for us to talk about. Thanks. Bye. Oh, hope you enjoy because we up next. Well, welcome everybody to the first episode of the Medical Mafia. Woo! So it's just a couple of us as of today, but we gonna start out with a couple of introductions. We didn't pick who was going where, so I guess we could just popcorn. So I'm Kaya. I'm 22 and I have sickle cell type SS.
Zion. I'm 21 and I have sickle cell SS as well.
Oh, I'm 21 as well. I also have sickle cell SS.
I'm LeBron. I'm 19. I'll be 20 in a couple months.
Baby.
And I also have sickle cell type SS.
Woo woo.
Okay. I'm Ariana. I'm 21 and I have sickle cell.
Yeah. Man, we was talking about that the other day. Brian was like, when LeBron got sickle cell, he was like, because I ain't just want to assume. I didn't want to be that. He was like, I didn't want to be that person that say, oh, black people got sickle cell. And he was like, so I ain't know. And then he wanted to go through. What every person had, and it was giving me like this.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Z, what you on the phone? First one is, what irritates you about how people act when you tell them that you have sickle cell, and how do you prefer people handle it?
Oh, bro, when they like change up completely, like they just be like, they just turn into like you a whole like fragile with a box on fragile leg. I'll be like, bro, chill. It's not when that happens, that's when I'll be like, probably shouldn't even say it type. But but some people they gonna understand, and then some people it's gonna be like, when to be like, let me not tell them the full of what be going on, but let them know the basis type, because they freak out on you.
Man, what grinds my gears is when people be like, "Oh yeah, I knew somebody with that. They died though."
Yeah.
Any way, shape, or form right now.
I'm
Like,
saying it'd
like,
be so random too. I'd be
and
like,
I just talked to this lady at Havana school. She was working in like the secretary's office. I don't know if she was the secretary or what, but homegirl was like, "Oh yeah, like I had a cousin with sickle cell, but she died, and that was 25 years ago. So medicine wasn't where it was now, but it's a good thing it's where it's at now." And I was just like, "All right, you."
I feel like I just stopped telling people a long time ago.
Now, why do you not tell people?
Um, if I know they're not gonna be around for long, I'm not gonna tell them. Or if I feel like they're not gonna understand, which there's been times where people have asked, and then I'll tell them, they'll be like, "What is that?" Like, I know what it is, but what do it do? Like, what happened? Like, so I gotta break it down. And then when I break it down, they still don't understand.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating because how much further can I break it down?
for real.
Cause I ain't never,
You gotta be there.
yeah, I ain't never like fully understood like why certain people, cause like Brian, for instance, he don't be saying that to none of his friends. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never understood that because I feel like if we kicking it and we out at the mall and it's just us and I go down, like somebody gotta know something. You know what I'm saying?
When I tell people and like the first thing they do, I get two reactions. Either they act like it's some sort of disease they can catch, or they be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You're the strongest person I know. Oh my God. Oh God, strongest warrior. Oh my God, please be
Hey,
cool."
they be heavy on the inspiration porn. Y'all ever heard that term?
Yes. Like, oh my God, please. I'm just trying to live.
No, for real. They do that OD though.
Mm-hmm.
Are you one of the people that like inform people of your diagnosis or do you hide it?
Um, Now that I'm older, I try to inform more people about it. I feel like it's important to do. But when I was younger, I didn't talk about it much at all.
Yeah. I think when I was younger, like like 7, 8, 9, you don't fully understand like what's going on to even tell somebody. you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And then once you get a little older, then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Now, Simone, how do you prefer that people would handle it when they?
Everybody's reaction gonna be different, so I just prefer them to. I really just don't like when they like try to be all like. I guess I don't be looking for sympathy,
Yeah.
so I don't like that part. So I guess long as they just don't do that, I would be cool. But everybody gonna react different. You don't know how somebody react once you tell them until you tell them.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm. I kind of feel this. I kind of feel the same way. Really, just be cool. Like I, I like it when people like ask questions and they want to know more about it. Like, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for you to pity me.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, no question is a dumb question until I have to tell you that was a dumb question. Because sometimes I be like,
Are we serious right now, or are you just playing? Like, especially if you go to the hospital and like the ER doctor be like, "How long have you had sickle cell?"
Bro, be for real. Are you not a doctor? Are you not supposed to know? I done had this from jump.
What is something you would tell a child who is diagnosed with sickle cell? It could be advice or just something.
For me, I'd probably say just don't let it overtake your happiness in a sense. Like just because I mean we all got this disease, so to speak, but you know, just don't let it interrupt your life.
Yeah. Now I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So y'all remember that? Well, I don't think Zion might. I don't think you was there, but it was one of the sickle cell research days, and you. I don't know if you got like an award or like what was going on, but they had you go up on stage. You
Like
remember
the
that?
panel,
Huh?
like the panel, or
Yeah, I think that may have been it. But we was all sitting in the crowd, and they was like, "LeRon take his medicine every single day," and I was like, "You what you take every single day?" And
yes, of course, yes.
okay, because like what used to blow me would be when my mom or the doctors would be like, "Oh, your stats look great. Like the hydroxyurea is working," but I
Yeah.
had hide it the whole time.
Bro,
It's like I ain't even taking it. How is it working? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so when they was like, "LeRon take his medicine all the time," and then I thought about it, I'm like, "LeRon ain't never sick for real. Like, and if he is, we just don't know about it. Like,
Right.
but I was not convinced that you was taking your medicine.
Yeah, I do. Even like, because the way I got it set up, like I take it Monday through Saturday, and then I leave like Sunday open. So in case I do miss a dose or, you know, or if I forget, then I just take it on Sunday. But
This
you know,
man got a schedule.
hell yeah.
Dollar in
But
medication.
I've never like, I mean, I've missed like one dose in my entire life, but other than that, yeah.
That's interesting. Because I see me on the other hand, I used to have bunk beds, and the
Hmm.
bunk beds had like these wooden things, like on the top bunk, it was like wooden things, and I figured out there was space in between that bed, and that's where I would put the meds at.
Yeah.
And one time my mom came in my room and she was talking to me, and she had put her hand up there and pulled it down because she had like tapped me. And then she was like, "Oh, you ain't been taking your meds." Like, and then it was like this whole thing after that. But I like no, because the capsule to hydroxyurea is terrible.
Yeah.
I hated hydroxyurea, bro.
That capsule is terrible. And two,
Yeah.
it wasn't about to ruin applesauce for me. Like I wasn't eating that applesauce every single night because
Yeah.
I refused to because I refused to swallow the pill. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just wanted to know if you was really out here taking your meds for real because they had
Of course, of
that
course.
to the whole auditorium and I was like, what?
It was fishy.
No, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing what I was out here doing, but you know, not everybody was out here on what I was doing, clearly. Because, like, and to the children, back on like the topic that we was discussing, like, take your medicine. It's gonna
Yeah.
make.
Take,
but, but, uh, I just
but I feel like I want to preface, make sure you know what's right for you, because don't let them tell you to take it if you don't want to or you feel like it's not working for your body. Because they tried to make me take hydroxyurea, and it was I started having bald spots. I was losing my hair,
that dubious.
Yeah.
and I was not okay with that.
Yeah.
You can find something else. Do what works for you. Just because everybody else is taking it don't mean that it don't work for you.
Because after a minute, I was like, I'm cool. I was like, can I do like transfusions or something?
Right? Like something else.
Yeah.
Like, all right, what's something else you would tell a child who has sickle cell?
Definitely everybody gonna have their own way of dealing with things, but definitely just be yourself.
Yeah.
Dealing with it how you want to deal with it or how you would deal with it, you know? Like, don't just deal with it because you see someone else doing. Just like we could take LeBron, for example. If LeBron is he's doing what he's doing because it's best for him. You know, that's what's best for him. So now you gotta find what's best for you. That's definitely something I would tell him.
Yeah, I feel like to do what Ariana said, learn your body. Take your
Exactly.
time and learn your body. And when you learn your body, that's going to be able to help you and tell you what works for you. And that's going to make your process go much smoother. Because I also didn't do good on hydroxyurea. That was probably the worst things that I ever did was take hydroxyurea. And now I'm on apheresis. And it's the best thing I ever did.
Bro, between hydroxyurea and XJ, was y'all living on XJ?
Yes, and that was stupid too. I hated that so bad.
They tried to get at it. I was like, yeah. I was
like, no.
I wanted to cry taking that. I wanted to cry every morning before school.
I would cry every time. And then I would go to my granny and papa house and they would have nothing but orange juice. I would drink it with apple juice. And so now I'm really going through it. I'd be like, oh, like for real. No, but I like that, like learning your body and stuff like that.
I think another thing I would say, because especially this was like a problem for me, and it's a problem for all of us, feeling like you're not normal just because you sick or you different. That's not true. You just different.
No. Because after a certain point, I had to start asking, like, what is normal?
For real, what is normal?
Like, what is normal? And at 22, I'm just now starting to realize that, like, I'm sick for real. Like, like, you know, like as a kid and all that, you were like,
you just want to be a kid.
Like, it just didn't feel real for real. And then once I got older and like everybody's in college and doing stuff around me, like the quote unquote normal folk, you know, they all doing their stuff around and graduating and doing all that. But then I'm still like here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then I have to constantly remind myself, like, dude, you a whole 22-year-old that had a stem cell transplant while everybody else was in college classes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be having to remind myself that, like, I am sick for real, unfortunately. And I think the part that plays into that is like my mom and them never treated me like I was sick. And I think none of our parents do.
Oh God. It's like they become desensitized to the fact that we are sick too. Like, wait a minute. I was just in a hospital. Why are we acting like it's a regular day?
I want you to come home and do dishes. Like that.
heavy on the doing the dish. Everybody know I used to be mad about this dish. But nah, but they do, they be like desensitized. I think it's more so like an in denial type of, I don't know. They treat it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, my mom, she had me on all the activities, dancing, cooking class, baseball, you know, all the things. But then once it comes down to the actual fact of being sick, it's like, you know, I'm tired. Like, even right now with work and stuff, I'd be like, dude, I'm tired. I called Zion the other day and was like, on this episode of My Job is Going to Kill Me. Like, I am tired. Like, but then they're like, well, that's adulting. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. But I'm also adulting with the disability.
Differently. Like, I feel like it comes from, since them raising us, they have watched us get over it, get through the pain in times when we need to. And so they just expect us to do that. When pain is pain, like, you got to give me time. And I feel like that's part of the reason why they become so desensitized to it, because they watch us fight to get over it all of the time.
Yeah. I think it'd be once you start crying, then they really
then they be like, oh, this is serious. Like, I gotta start snotting at the nose for you to realize that I am tired. For real. Been exhausted and hiding your pain for hours before you even started crying. Going to work, all that. All that's ghetto. I was crying about it the other day. And I was in the Sam's Club parking lot, and it was this old dude who was walking. He had to have been like 60 something. And he had the Sam's Club apron in his hand. And I called Zion. I said, bro, he was going to work. I said, to do this for the rest of our life. We only in the real early stages of our 20-somethings. Mm-hmm. And man's was like 60. Okay. I'm like, bro, you like 60 something for real.
And ready to clock in. I was like, I can't do it. Like, really had, like, gotta get out of here. Gotta break out of that.
I'm like, I don't know what our plan gonna be, but we gotta figure something out. We gotta figure this out because we can't do this forever.
Not for the rest of my life.
And I can barely do it for 5 more years, 10 more years. Like,
forget the years. I don't know if I'm gonna make it the next Tuesday.
I don't got that many more years in.
Okay. For real, they've been telling me for years that it's gonna get they be like, it gets way worse, and then you hit about 25, 26, and it might get better. Might. And that's on a regular people scale. That ain't even on our scale. Like, I be like, we really gotta do this for a bunch of years. I told this dude I work with, Jermaine, because he's on the heart transplant list and all this other stuff. And I was like, I feel like if humans would have human correctly, we wouldn't necessarily been segregated, but we could have had our own area where it's like you could go there if you don't want to, function with the rest of the people. Because I feel like if we had our own community with our own stores, our own jobs, that's
what it's gotta get back to.
You feel me? Like, because if I could work at a place that I could take 2, 3, 4 days off and not have to hear nothing about nothing.
I'm saying,
cool.
That's what I get back to. Gotta get back to building our own community type.
Right.
Like, really start from the ground up.
Every chunk of land.
Start building our own shops, our own jobs, our own schools, like all that.
Because I'm tired. Because what really blows me is that people don't understand that there's a spectrum of disability. Right? There's like the people that like don't, you know what I'm saying, they can't do nothing. They can't speak, they can't feed themselves, like nothing. And then there's us that don't even look like we sick. And we don't do it on a daily basis too. Shit. On the inside. Inside tore up. Like crying every time we wake up. Cause I wake up and just be like fuck, I'm here. Another day of this shit. Man, and I get dressed and like right back in the bed. Like I be pushing it because it's ghetto, and I don't think everybody understands how ghetto it is. And then even with like Jordan, for instance, like when we was talking the other day, she talking about she do 3 12-hour shifts in a row.
You're
I can't even do 4, bro.
I had to get my medicine down to like a 6 or 7 because 8 is too much. 3 12 in a row. I can't do 11 to 8 back to back without feeling like I'm about to die. Like, and I
got one in me, and that's for the week. Like what?
Simone would say, because she do hair and stuff, and she was talking about how she can't even do a blowout without feeling like she about to pass out somewhere. And I'm like, bro, you on your feet. Like, I can at least sit down a little bit on my job, but like, what are we? I just want to know what we're supposed to do. Honestly. Because then they be like, fill out Social Security, and I can't even get past the first question.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to fill something out, and I can't even answer the question.
Yeah, them questions be insane too. Like, I want you to fill out your whole tax information.
Hey,
I'm like, I don't even know how to file taxes.
This man got further than I did because the first 3 questions had me stuck. That stuff said it was like, are you it was like, have you been denied in the past 60 days? Well, I haven't applied before, so no, I haven't been denied. Then it was like, when have you stopped working? Okay, well, I haven't stopped working, so I can't put no date I'm still working. And then the third question was, have you been diagnosed with something that's going to lead to death? And I was like, am I in denial?
Yeah. Good.
For this, in order to move on, I'm gonna have to call the social worker so we can Zoom and she can walk me through this because I really was stumped on them 3 questions. Cause I'm like, well,
I'm saying those are the first 3 questions.
I'm like, what am I supposed to answer here? Like let me talk about it. Ooh.
Crazy. I'm like, really, people be out here like not working with, just getting, just like,
Like, how you not working, but you at home, you got all the smoke, all the extracurriculars
I'm
that
saying we having all the snacks,
you
all
the
the.
and everything. And you ain't working, and you texting me asking me for money.
Crazy.
If I can get my sickly self up to go work for a couple of hours, you can do it too. Like what are we saying? It absolutely blow me when like they be like, hey, can I hold $5 until next Tuesday?
I was gonna hold you till next Tuesday.
What are we like, I remember seeing this one TikTok where this dude was asked this kid like, "Can I hold $5 till tomorrow?" And he was like, "You could just wait till tomorrow." Like that's what I really
You'll be like,
go to sleep and wake up. And you'll be
I'm saying, yeah.
But no, I don't really have. I don't know. I don't really have like any solid advice for kids because it's like it's hard to tell a kid anything. Like as a kid, I couldn't understand why I couldn't take my jacket off in the full time with all the other kids got their jacket off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why I gotta wear this big fat ass coat? Everybody wearing their little jackets.
Looking like a man.
I'm saying.
I'm like, oh my god, I gotta take this coat off before I go in there so everybody don't see me.
Somebody seen me the other day and was like, "Where's your coat?" I was like, "I am healing my inner child." I will put it on when I want to put it on. Like, and I remember one time at my birthday party, and I'll never forget. I think about this sometimes, like, cause I was so like, I was irritated, embarrassed, like the whole nine. My papa, we was all there, cause my birthday in the spring, so it wasn't quite hot yet, and I had like an early 2000s theme, so I was Aaliyah. I had my little crop top on. It wasn't no sleeves on it or nothing. And one of my friends had some cake, and they was trying to smash it in my face. So I'm trying to run outside, cause that's the only place I can run. He gonna stop me and tell me to put a coat on. I mean, like we make this moment. We was having fun. Ain't nobody gonna restart chasing me once I put a coat on. What are we saying right now? I was in so much disbelief. I put my coat on and went outside. It was just irritated for the rest of the day because I was like, what do you mean put a coat on? Like I am being chased down and I was going outside for 2.2 seconds.
You put a pause on the game.
I'm saying, literally.
He was like, no, go put it go. Everybody stopped in their tracks and was just looking like. I was so sorry when I tell you that happened on my 16th birthday, and I still think about that shit to this day. Like I was like, this cannot be real life right now. Like, but I don't know what to tell the kids because
I would tell them you can still do all of the things that you want to do. You just got to approach it differently than other people.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Cause I can cheer. I cheered competitively for 14 years of my life.
Yeah.
And you gotta be proactive and preventative when it comes to your illness.
After a while, that'd be so tiring.
It do.
Like,
It
I
do
know
be
I'm gonna
tiring,
end up
but
sick. Like, you gotta
it's just a sacrifice. That's crazy.
sometimes
That it has to be.
sometimes I just be like, YOLO. Sick, I
Honestly,
end up sick.
but honestly, you can do that. But if you gonna be willing to sit up in the bed and be sick, hey, just as long as you got no regrets.
Nah, for real.
I'm
No
saying.
regrets. No regrets.
No regrets. Nah, for real though.